Hello, everybody. I'm still here. So this is a little bit, they're having those meetings and stuff behind closed doors and stuff to get the CR done. Well, they're saying they're not going to cut this and they're not going to cut that and blah, blah, blah. What a crock of horse patooties. That's right. Horse pucky to be. Ugh. So anyway, the Republicans want to strip this from the CR bill, which comes to about 30% of Joe Biden's stuff that he wants to pass. Now, the other thing about all this stuff with trying to get a speaker and stuff, they only want a speaker that refused to talk to the Democrat side. They don't care about anything else. They just want you to stay away from the Democrats, and they want to pass shit on their own. But there's a lot of more center-left Republicans than the 26 or so that are on the MAGA right. MAGA right. So anyway, want to hear some of the stuff they're going to cut? They want to cut housing subsidies for the poor because you know what? They don't need them, so they don't think it's important. They can all afford, especially Matt Gaetz, for Christ's sake. So anyway, housing subsidies for the poor, medical research for cancer, because I think everybody knows somebody that was touched by cancer, but they don't seem to give a shit. Social Security offices they want closed down. Not all of them, just enough to make people hurt. Nutrition aid for pregnant moms. Prenatal care. Head Start for kids. EPA cuts because they want to massacre that again. Joe Biden had to get everything back up because of derailments like in East Palestine. That was due to friggin' rollbacks that Trump had in there. NASA's, they're still pissed off that Space Force won't move to Alabama. So they want to cut spending to NASA. So it's, I'll get you, my pretty. That's right. They want 30% spending cuts to the Justice Department. Can't imagine why. Low-income housing energy program. They want to make it harder for people to stay warm this winter. And they're not going to suffer, right? Toxic water cleanup. They don't want another Camp Lejeune, Flint, or the troubles going on in Louisiana right now. But that's what they're going to get. Toxic waste cleanup. They want to cut that spending down too. When they should be making corporations clean that mess up that they started in the first place and make sure everybody's drinking water's safe again. Meals on Wheels. Who benefits from Meals on Wheels? Old farts like me. That's who benefits from that. Aid to Ukraine. Well, we know that's going off the table because they only want aid to Israel. Those exempt, they said, is Department of Defense, Veterans Affairs, Department of Homeland Security, unless, of course, they're going after anyone like Jan 6ers, white nationalists, neo-Nazis, the usual. But they just want their stuff, right? They want to shrink Pell Grants so poor kids can't get a college education. Because they're not handing out scholarships and stuff. Doesn't matter what you have up here. Depends on what color this is. Because they're assholes. They want to block student debt program when they should be blocking predatory loans that after you've paid off your principal, you still owe double that because of the interest rates. That's fair, right? Because their daddies paid for their education. They want to slash funding for student education programs to help kids with disabilities. Seriously? Like kids in wheelchairs, cerebral palsy, low-income kids. Yeah, let's just beat the shit out of the poor because they're not far enough down the totem pole now. They're not beat down enough without you with a big stick over top of them beating them down more. School lunch programs. They just want everybody to goddamn starve because they aren't. Oh my God. End tax credit for companies that invest in green energy. That's the next new thing. Worldwide, it's global. It's not just the United States. It's saying, let's try this. It's confirmed and proven, for Christ's sake. And they want to rescind funding for the 87,000 IRS agents to cover people that have retired, moved on to different jobs, blah, 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 blah. So their rich buddies won't get investigated. You know, like Trump and the fraud that he's perpetrated in New York. Well, I guess you could say worldwide because it's in Ireland and Scotland as well with all these properties there that he lied about. So yeah, they want to drop all that. So that's what they're up to. Starve the poor. They're going to kick veterans out because they still want to close VA clinics. They have up to like 3,000 VA clinics that they want to close right now. So don't tell me that they're not going to touch Veterans Affairs. They're going to make it harder. If you're down and out, you're going to be down and gone. Just saying. You're going to be on a street corner. That's where you're going to be. And they want to get rid of homelessness and stuff. You don't see them trying to build, like, you know, those tiny homes and stuff like that. They're plenty big for one person, and they've got everything in them you need. You don't see them trying to build anything like that, do you? Or redo a school. Make one schoolroom, one classroom, into an apartment. You could have a kitchenette, a bed sitting room there. Plenty of room. Will they do that? No, they won't. So anyway, that's my rant on them. So you take care of you. And watch out for those Republicans because they want some friggin' fascist in there that will not vote with Democrats, won't reach across the aisle. Democracy is shot to friggin' hell. Just saying. Nana loves you. I got more today. I'm just saying. I love you. Take care of you. Don't forget to subscribe. Mwah.